Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be starting a new series. This is something I've been kind of like hinting at in my channel for a while about something I've been working on that's not a game but is a game. This is Talespire. So Talespire isn't necessarily a video game or a computer game, whatever you want to call it. It's a tabletop simulator. So you create your world, kind of Minecraft-like in how you create your world, but you create your world, and then your D&D group or Pathfinder group will actually play your sessions in this world. So this is one of the starting islands to give you an idea of some stuff that you can create. This is one of the starting islands that you can create. So right now I'm just kind of like in exploration mode right now. But if I want to go into the buildings, you can actually go into the buildings individually. You can go below buildings if you want. I don't have anything below them at the moment, but you can kind of go wherever you want as far as the viewer, the spectator, or if you are a player. Um, and these are just kind of like some general houses and buildings and places that I have built. This is just like, and like I said, this is going to be like the starting level, I guess is what you would call it, for where my group is going to be playing. I'm not done. If you notice, a lot of these houses are still empty. So I do still have a lot of work to do to this area, but this is going to be the starting area, starting region. They don't necessarily have boats in here, but I learned that if you use the rural house building set, you can actually kind of make your own boats. They don't look perfect, obviously, it's not a boat, but it gets the job done. You can tell that's supposed to be a boat, you can figure it out. And then you can also move the level of the water, you can build terrain however you want. This isn't done, like I said, as you see over here, I've kind of like made these edges a little bit smoother by using that block, and these ones is still kind of rough, so I want to work on that. I've seen a lot of other people just kind of use the flat blocks, and it actually looks okay, but I want to really kind of like try and go over the top. So this is one place that I have created. To give you an idea of some of the other places that you can go, this is going to be another island that we're going to be using for our group. As you see, it loads from map to map really quick as well, which is really awesome. And then these are going to be some enemy minis, and they even look like minis from like a D&D game, and you can go ahead and drag and drop them to wherever you want. I, as the DM in this game, I can actually set their health. I can set it to whatever I want. I can give them extra bonus features or whatever. We still have to roll for them like you would in a D&D game, but it's just really cool. It even has built-in dice in this engine, so if you want to use that. But every single one of these little pieces, I have kind of like set myself. One last little idea of what you can do. So here is a cave that we have created. It's going to be kind of like a the first dungeon, if you will, in this campaign. It is. I don't really want to say a full dungeon crawl because it's really just a room. And in case any of my players watch this, I don't want to ruin what is what. But basically, we have a couple enemies over here, so it's not really like a full dungeon crawl, but it is like a little part of a cave, little part of a dungeon. This is actually going to take place as well, right over. Where is it? Right over here. I'm going to actually block this off. I think I'm going to put like a door or something like that. And then once you go through this door, that's how you go into that cave. But so this is going to be how you basically have your world set up. You can make them bigger, make them smaller. You can actually make really, really big maps if you want. And we are doing like an island theme for our campaign. So that's why all of this stuff is going to be islands. I'm going to have some really big islands though, where you're like miles inward, but still. So today I actually wanted to start making a new a new map, a new island, if you will. And I figured I'd record the process. I'm not going to get done with it because it can take kind of a while, but I wanted to get started. So first and foremost, let's go ahead. It's going to be a beachy island as well. So I want to get started with some of just the sand, if you will, for the water. So I could go like this, but if you notice, it just looks the same repetitively over and over, and I don't like the way that looks. So what I've found to do personally is I'm going to get one of these and then one of these, and they go the same direction, but you can change the direction of how this actually goes if you want. But if you notice, like the sand is going one direction from like the current, so I'm going to keep it going in that direction. However, I'm going to make kind of like a pattern, and then I can grab this pattern and paste it wherever I want. So let's get a little block kind of like started first and foremost, and then I'll show you what I mean by like kind of pasting it wherever I want. Let's go ahead and put this one, let's put it here, and let's do this here, and here. Then we're going to do this one here, and here, and here. Try and give you a quick little idea of like creating like blocks that you can then like drop other places. I think that's the same, so let's do it this way, and yeah, we'll just do this one again. And then we're going to do this. Okay, so now we have like this kind of like general starting block. This isn't that big though. But if I want, I can copy and paste this block. So now we have a bigger kind of block to start working from. But then I can just go ahead and do this again. And now it doesn't feel so like repetitive, like it's the same thing over and over. Now it feels like a little bit more natural, a little bit more kind of the way you would actually find the ocean floor. I mean, it's not exactly, this isn't what the ocean floor looks like, but you get the idea. For gameplay aspects, this works. So I'm not going to do this too much more. I don't need a giant piece of land to start. But, oh, I placed that in the wrong place. So let's go ahead and change that really quick. Paste. Put this here. Here. Not sure how I messed up somehow, but I messed up a little bit. But that's not a big deal, because this is going to be not very visible, actually, but we're going to build on top of it, which will make it kind of more visible in a way. You'll see what I mean in a moment. This is early access, though, and on the main page when you first get into the game, you will notice that they very, very clearly state this is an early access game. It is not perfect yet. There are still bugs. Take that into consideration. And honestly, there are bugs. I definitely don't want to say this game is perfect. It's a great game. Well, it's technically not a game. It's a tabletop simulator, but it has some bugs. I definitely wouldn't say it's in final state. But for being as early as it is actually doing pretty well as far as giving you the tabletop world to build on top of. Okay, so I think this is going to be big enough as far as footprint goes. So I don't think we need to go any bigger as far as footprint. All right, that works. But I want to go up a little bit. So let's go ahead and have this region. Actually, let's go one more this way, and you'll see why in a moment. So we're going to go one more like this. This is going to be the biggest map that I have started so far, and it's going to be like kind of a very hilly, mountainous island, if you will. Let's bring that back. I don't like how I accidentally have that little gap right there. Okay, cool. That works. Now let's go ahead and bring this up a little bit. So we're going to just go ahead and drop it right here. And you'll see why I want to bring it up in a moment as well. And the game is actually, I don't really know what else to call it other than game, so I do keep calling it a game even though it's technically not that. But with that being said, the game runs very well considering once you've even put in like a lot of blocks, and I mean a lot of blocks, it still kind of functions and operates in like a quick, timely manner. It doesn't seem to get like bogged down or slowed down or anything. They did a really good optimization on this game on how the engine works. Okay, so that's going to be enough for the starting footprint, if you will. That's what we're going to call it. So let's go ahead and bring the water level up a little bit. Boom. Now we have the base ocean floor from where the harbor is going to be, and we have a little bit of ground as well. But I want to put a boat in here. I want to start the harbor, and harbors not harbors, but the boats I learned were kind of hard to make. But what's really cool is if we go over, actually, let's name this really quick as well. That way I remember which one to go back to. Put that back there. We are in 2, I believe. Yeah, 2, right over here. Let's go ahead and name this. Why is it not letting me rename it? Let's get out of here. There we go. I don't know what to name it yet, so we're just going to do it Island 2. But that reminds me that this is the second island. It's easy to keep track of. But what I was mentioning about the boats being kind of a pain to build, well, you don't actually have to build the boat over and over. So let's go back to the starting island. Let it load. And see what I mean by it loads really quick? Like all the assets popped in, and one house can be like a couple hundred assets. So it loads really quick. Okay, so let's get this boat right here. I want this boat and I want to bring it into the next map. So we're going to copy this. So now we have the full boat. Copy it. It is now copied. It saves that copy when we go from one map to the next. So when we go back to this map, we should still have that same copy. Boom. So it makes it extremely easy to bring one building or asset that you've already created from another map into this one. Now, as far as like the level and how we want this to be built in according to like how high and how low, we press G and we get this cool little like grid essentially. So if you see right now we're above the ground, let's go down a little bit more. Right there. Now this grid is just slightly below the ground level, but we want to go a little bit lower. All right, so let's go ahead and drop this boat. So we are on the grid. If we bring that grid up, bring the grid down, that's going to dictate how low or high this the ship is. I think we could actually go down a little bit more with this grid. So let's bring it down one more thing. Let's bring the water up just a little bit. That works. And if we need to make this island bigger over here, we can later. So let's go ahead and paste it. Rotate it. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Oh well. I think we should change that grid level just a little bit more. Where is the grid at? The grid is there. Let's bring it down to there. Now let's go ahead and try and paste this boat. Let's rotate it this way. I think I want to bring it down manually just a little bit more. Actually, no, I don't want to do it manually. So if you do it manually, it won't line up, which isn't a big deal. You can fix it later. Actually, you know what? I'll just do that. That way I can show you how you can fix it later. So we want this in the water. So we are now in water. And boom, this is the start of this island. So once it gets here, this is probably not going to line up fine, but that's fine. There's a way to work around that I'll show you how later. And we didn't get the top of the masts. That's not a big deal. We can just rebuild those again later, but oh well. Okay, so let's do a little bit more to the dock. Let's build more dock, or harbor, as they call it in this game. It's not called dock, or docks. It's a harbor. Let's bring this grid up. Let's see, where are we placing them? If we go ahead and drop this right here, see, that's way higher. But if we lower that grid, let's lower it down to here, and then we do this again. There, now we're actually at the right level. That actually kind of just worked out, perfect timing. And you can rotate everything as you wish. I think I'm happy with that, actually. And then later I'm going to go and put the pillars underneath this. We'll do that later, though. Let's just go ahead and put this one here as well. Okay, so I want to create, this is going to be a really, really big metropolitan kind of island. And I'm going to make much different levels, too. It's not going to be all flat. You're just going to be kind of hilly, and then roads that will go up the hills and other houses on them and everything. But I want to get the harbor started first, because it is going, in this world, the harbor is going to be like kind of like the lifeline of this civilization. So the harbor is going to be really important, especially on this island. So I want to get a good like grasp on how the island is built. Let's have another dock start going off this way. Now also, if we drag and drop, you can do a bunch like that too, which is really nice. So let's do a bunch like this. Let's do here, and then we're going to get some without the rails. Let's do the triple one. It just makes sense. Takes a little bit less time. Okay, let's go this way more. All right, let's say one more here. One more here. And then now we're going to start going back that way. And this is basically how easy it is to get started building your world in this game. I've seen some people that play this game, or not game, but client, or whatever you want to call it, and have really, really simple worlds, and that's totally fine. D&D or Pathfinder or whatever tabletop you're playing doesn't need to have complex maps, but I like maps. I like building maps first off, and I like playing games that have maps, those kinds of games. Okay, so let's do one more. Now, as you see, like I said, it's not lined up. So your miniatures, let's just grab a random miniature real quick. Miniatures, when you are in the world and you are actually playing, you can go ahead and just move it like clicking dragon. You can do WASD. They can go over little cliffs like that or little bumps like that. That's not a big deal. But if you want to make it a little bit cleaner looking and things don't necessarily match up, there are a bunch of different things you can do. So let's go ahead and bring that grid back. Go back into build mode, bring the grid back. For instance, if we do these, if I just go up here like this, it's going to default to wherever the highest place is. But if I hold shift, it will actually let me go inside other assets and then do something like that. So it's a way of like smoothing off edges. I don't want to do that right here. I want to do something else, but I wanted to show you if something doesn't line up, that's how easy it is to just work around something not lining up. So if you are somebody that's building a map and you kind of perfectionist, there's a lot of really cool, easy ways to work around that, which is, I think, pretty useful. Okay, so I wanted to do something more. Let's get rid of this right here. I have an idea of what I want to do with this harbor a little bit more. So let's do this right here. I need one more individual one. And I'm probably gonna go back later and tweak the direction of the wood. I'll do that later though. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's bring this out a little bit this way. You know what? I think I should do one more. So we're going to put this over here, and then we're going to do, now we're going to come out. There we go. It's not much, but that one can make a difference depending on the world that you're in. Ooh, nice big one. It's convenient because I need that right there. And right here. Okay, let's drop an individual one right here. But you see, we already have like something started in our world, and we haven't even been in this for very long yet. Actually, you know what? I don't like these. I like this better. Actually, ooh, I like that. And they do give you different assets as you see too. Like you can kind of like tweak whatever you want. Yeah, I like this. There we go. Let's do it this way. And I like rotating stuff in different directions to kind of make it feel a little bit more different, a little bit more variety, if you will. Nope, I don't like that. I placed that in the wrong place. Let's do this one. What about this one? Yeah, I like that one better. Okay, so we want want a corner piece right here. And we want to end this right here. And then we're going to take this to the shore. And then we need an individual one right there. All right, boom. So we have this kind of like little section of the harbor started, but there's nothing on it yet. So let's go to market. Where is the market? Merchant, sorry, not market. And we're going to build like a little sales tent, a little place that people would like buy stuff and sell stuff and all kinds of things. So let's go ahead. I want the grid higher though, and you might see why in a moment. I want the grid on the ground. Okay, so let's do, before we do this, let's go to items. Where is this item at? Is it exterior? Yes, here it is. So I am going to be needing these. What's the difference? This one's, I think, a little thicker. Yeah. No, let's do the thinner one. All right. I'm going to be needing those. So I want to get one of those out now. And then I want to set up like a little kind of like tent. No, I don't want anything huge. But, you know, I don't think I'm even going to do walls like this. I think I'm going to do just a roof. So let's go ahead and drag this over here. And the items you can place kind of anywhere, even off the grid. But for the sake of this, we're going to try and make it at the edge. Okay, actually, let's bring the grid up a little bit higher. Let's bring it up to the top of that pillar. There we go. Now, do you want to put this here? That works, but let's see what else we can do. Then we can do another pillar coming up to hold that like little peak right there. That works. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, but that definitely does work. Or we could do something like this. Lower the grid a little bit, bring that down. See, we can bring it up and down like that if we want. So if we bring it here, bring it down one. How does this look if we were to do it like this? Oh, nope, I don't like that. That's not lined up right. Let's see if I like it like this. Let's try this. It's too many. Okay. Then we could do bigger ones. Nah, I don't like that. I think I like the first idea that I had better. let's just look at this really quick as well. You see, you have a lot of different ideas of what you can do to actually build and craft your world however you like. That doesn't look bad. But I think this one's probably the best idea if I could just do it the correct direction. I think this is probably the best idea for what I'm trying to do, but let's bring it up one. Oh, wrong button. There are a lot of button controls that you can do in this game, and you have to kind of just remember where everything is at. There is a very useful, where is it, tutorial in here that gives you basically everything you need. That I think is probably the thing that everybody is going to start when they use this thing. But all right, now let's go ahead and put it in all the corners. Put it here. Yeah, that works. Okay, now let's do another one over here. And now let's do one coming back here, but we need to connect it here. So there are other types of things that we can use to connect that. Like this, for instance. This works. So let's bring this over here. That actually works fine, actually. Get rid of the grid. It's a little not lined up. Now, some people would not care about that, but I am trying to make all this stuff line up like as good as I can. Just because. Okay, it's still not quite lined up just right. I'm not going to go too in depth on the video trying to get everything perfectly lined up, but I just want to give you an idea. All right, there we go. So now we have this started. Now let's go back to in here. All right, so let's put these ones. Actually, no, let's do these ones. I like this because it's got like the angle to them. Let's go ahead and do this over here. Oh, too many. Do it right there. Let's do this one right here. And actually, you know what? Let's do it over here. Now I'm looking at it a little bit differently. I like it over here a little bit more. And then we'll put a person in there, but we'll do that later. So this is just a start. I'm going to do more on this harbor, but I just wanted to get it started a little bit. I'm actually going to be doing much more on that harbor, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so for now, I want to bring the harbor off into kind of like over the land a little bit now. And I'm going to just drop some of these in random places and then kind of work with them as I need moving forward. Let's just do a little bit more. Let's do this here, and we're going to do this way. Do this here and there. And then obviously I'm going to need an individual one to do that, but we'll do that when we get to it. Now let's bring the land up. I wanted to bring, like I said, I wanted this to be kind of a hilly, not mountainous area, obviously, because it's at the edge of an island, kind of loosely based off Pirates of the Caribbean kind of style. So it's not going to be extremely hilly, but we do want some kind of like character to the flat ground. We don't want to just do flat everywhere. So I'm just building a little block, and then I'm going to do kind of similar to what we did with the bedrock of this whole map. All right, let's bring the grid down to right below these pieces of land. Okay, so right here. And, oh, I got to go down one more, I think. There we go. So now we should be able to get all these. Boom, there we go. Now it can make a little bit more terrain to our map. And I'm not going to go too far yet because I don't know. I don't have the exact layout in my mind. I'm kind of freestyling the layout on this one. I had a really concrete idea of what I wanted for the other islands. This one's a little bit more kind of impromptu, if you will. Let's go ahead and just drag this one up to here. And let's do one more over here. Here. Let's flatten this out. Okay, I think that's good for now. I'm definitely going to do more later, but that's a good start. All right, let's go to, I think now would be a good place for it to go into the cobblestones. They're now off the water. They're now getting onto the actual island aspect of it. So let's go ahead and do some of these now. Nah, it's too low. Let's bring those back and then we'll do it on top. So let's go ahead and do, yeah, let's wrap it around like this. Where is it? There we go. All right, now we're going to do some of these going this way, some of these going this way. And now this is a good example of what I mean by doesn't match up. If I want, I can just have the minis go over it. They can go over that no problem. Or if you're somebody that likes to make things a little bit more perfect, which you don't necessarily need to do, but you can do something like this. It just is a little bit smoother. It's still not perfect. I mean, there's still a little bit of a gap right here, but in my opinion, that looks much better than just having a straight cliff. And that's why if you saw on the other map too, I had like a bunch of rocks around the edge to make it look a little bit more natural. It's not just a straight line. Not necessary, but I think it looks good. I think it's a good thing to do. Let's go back to cobblestone. Now let's just do some individual cobblestones right here. Let's get some more pieces of this. Let's rotate it this way, bring it down, and then go like that. And boom, now we have stairs going up here. Let's do one more actually over here as well. Now we got some stairs going up. Actually, I want to bring this out just a little bit more. I want to bring it out, I think, 2 more, yeah. And then we'll do these. And this doesn't matter too much actually either because you're not going to be seeing most of these, but I do like variety because where you do see them, I want it to be a little bit different than every other one next to it. I don't want it to be exactly the same over and over. But most of them are going to get covered up so you don't even see them. So I'm doing this because I want to put a building right here. So now let's go to tavern. Let's do rural. I like the rural because it's kind of small and cheap, and it definitely looks a little bit more home built, which is kind of fitting for like a pirate kind of themed island. A little bit more home built to it. Okay, let's go to here. Let's make it a smaller building. That's right off the dock. I'm gonna do a lot of buildings. It's gonna be a very dense populated village or neighborhood or island, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Okay, now let's do. Do we do a door already? No, let's go one more and then we'll do a door. So let's do this. No, this one, sorry. Now we'll do a door here. Put this here and in doors. Let's get a cheap door. We'll do this door right there. Boom, now we got a door. Actually, it's the wrong way. Let's do it this way. Boom, there we go. And we'll do one more of these here. Actually, no, I don't like that. I like the other thing better. This kind of floor, what I already had. So it's going to be back in rural, and no, not a 2-piece, a single piece, like that. Boom. Okay. Let's do just a blank one now, no window, and let's do another corner piece. It's already getting kind of big, so if we want, we can do this corner piece, but that's going to bring it out two squares. Or we can do this one, which brings it out 1 square. I want this house to be kind of small. I don't want it to be tiny, but I want it to be a little bit on the smaller side. Do window over here. Let's do this corner piece here. That line up? That does not line up. Right there. And now let's do one more here. One more window. And let's do another window. Let's do double window. Boom, that works, right? Now we got this floor right here. So a couple different things. We can do this 4x4. We can do this long 2x1, or we can do these individual ones. Let's do a 4x4 here. Drag it over, and then we'll just do this. Boom, that works. Now, we have a couple of different options for roof. We can use the roof from here, or just because it's in one block doesn't mean you can't use another one. So if we want, we could use the roof from the desert village. Actually, wait, no, this one doesn't have a roof. It's just like terracotta floor that you would use for a roof. Tavern has a roof. There we go. We could use the tavern roof. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and use the tavern roof. But for this, I've learned it's a little bit easier if we bring the grid up to the level and then just place it on the grid as opposed to placing it on the building. It can be kind of hard sometimes to place it on the edges of buildings. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I got a friend asking. That's actually somebody from our D&D group that just messaged me, "Are you building?" I'll respond to her later. She probably sees that I'm online in this game right now, and she knows that I'm getting ready for our campaign, so that's probably why she's asking that. And let's go ahead and do this one over here. Now, if I want, I can make this roof even bigger. I can bring it up to a higher peak if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but you can. So instead of doing that, let's go ahead and do a chimney piece, which is going to be this one right here. Actually, no, let's do it over here. We're going to do it over here instead. So this one will go this way. Let's put the chimney right there, and then we're just going to do an individual one like this. And now that we have this little chunk right here, I might be able to do this without a grid, so let's try it without a grid. Where's the 1 by 1? Oh, here, it's right there. Boom, there we go. But for the top, I just want to have it flat. I don't want to, it doesn't need to come up to a peak. So let's bring the grid up one more time. Bring it to there, I believe is the right spot. Boom. So now this house is started. It's definitely not done. There's no furnishing. There's no nothing. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and play just like this is. You don't have to furnish it. Most D&D games, whether they're played on some sort of online client or in person, don't have furnishing. But if you want, you can. And then you can also decorate it like this. And the particle effects, or I shouldn't say particle effects, but like the effects of lighting and everything, I think they've done a very amazingly good job in this game. So let's do a few more lights just to decorate the inside of this house. I'm going to actually come back and decorate it for my group later when we end up playing. I'll do the decoration later. I just want to get the general gist of everything set up for you now. So there is, oh, wrong thing. There is the first, I don't know if it's going to be a house or a shop or whatever, but the first thing on this island. Now, let's say we wanted to do something at nighttime. Well, that's very easy. Boom, nighttime. Or if you want to do a little bit later in the night, you basically have access to full day cycle, and you can save this so whenever you open up this map, you're in whatever type of day you want. And then you can also change the direction of the sun too. So I guess you could do that if you want to change the time of the year, maybe. I don't know how many people are actually going to do that, but you can is the point. And then there's some more stuff. You can adjust fog. Fog, I feel, honestly, the natural spot is probably the best for the fog because it gets this weird kind of contrast if you have no fog. And if you have too much fog, it just gets kind of weird. But so I like it where just the natural state is, which is about right here. Not exact. It's still a little foggy. Let's go to there. Okay, so now we got this first building set up. I don't know if I'm going to use this as a shop or not, but just to show you, if I do end up using it as a shop, if I wanted to do something like that, where is the street sign? Oh, I think the sign's right here. Duh. You got signs. You can really fully decorate your world however you want in this client, and it's awesome. You can completely decorate stuff in here. So if we want to do treasure even, here's a treasure chest. And now let's get out of the build mode. Let's open this up. Bring the camera down real quick. I can actually put an item in here. Let's find an item just to show you what I mean. Camping container. Let's find something small. Okay, here we go. You can actually put items in here, and then when they open up the chest, they will find that item. It's just really, really cool. And then there's some chests like this that have this kind of glowing effect. So if we were to open this up, kind of just glows. It's just cool. I like it. If you're into tabletop games, it's just a very nice setting. I don't like, this is just kind of the perfectionist in me when it comes to building stuff like this, but I don't like how you see the sand right here. So we can actually build into this stairs. So let's do it like this. Boom. Now it's built into the stairs, and we have that little stair going up there. And it just works so good. Okay, let's bring the roof up. Let's do another. I kind of want to do a tavern, a decent sized tavern up here on this level. So I think that means I need to copy and paste some more of these. So let's bring the grid back. Bring the grid back to the floor level, which is going to be right here. And now let's do a copy of a decent chunk. And copy it. Okay, so let's go ahead and place this here. And we'll place one more over here. I think that should be good enough for a tavern. If I want to add more, I can just add more later. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the tavern section now. Tavern, you actually have a lot more pieces too. Like you have these pieces that have like some furniture already kind of like placed in them, and then you can still add whatever you want later. But let's do the road going up to the tavern first. That way I can try and like plan according to that. So, which is actually already making me think I want to do this. I want it to come to the edge. There we go. I'm probably going to delete some of this, but we'll do that later. So now let's do more road. Actually, let's not do that piece. Let's do cobblestone. Let's do an edge piece here. This is going to go to there. Let's do another edge piece here and there. Let's do a corner piece now. There. This is definitely a game for people that value and appreciate spending a lot of time making maps. It is not for everybody. But if you are into this kind of like map building, world creation type thing, then it's definitely a thing for you. And like I said, I keep calling it a game. I don't really know what else I should call it because even though it's not technically a game, it kind of is. It gives you access to making your game, I guess is what you could say or should say. Um, Okay, what else? Let's do another corner piece here. Now let's do some more stairs and bring it to this level, rotate it. Oh, I did that wrong. Actually, I might need to bring it down one more. I'm just looking at it right now, and I think I might need to do it from here. Bring it down one. Oh, I'm doing the wrong button. I don't know why it's not letting me adjust the angle. Or I mean, not the angle, sorry, the height. There we go. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time doing that, but we got it now. Boom, there we go. Okay, and then we're gonna do some sort of, actually, quickly, to give you an idea, I'm probably not gonna leave this here, but just to give you an idea, nature, let's do this one, I think it's a little bit taller. Boom, tree, and boom, tree. So, yeah, we'll go to leave that for now. Change it later, probably, but now let's do some more terrain. Yeah, let's just do it like this. No, I don't like how it has that little edge right there. I like it better like this. Okay, and I want to come down this way now. I'm going to put a building here as well, so that's going to be like why you have to wrap around as opposed to just going straight this way. I'm going to do a building there as well. I'll do it later, but that's why I'm going that way. All right, so now let's go down to here. Let's go one more. Actually, no, not going to do one more because I'm going to do a corner piece there. Corner piece, boom, just like that. And now we're going to do a corner piece here. I think that might be all the corner pieces that I need at the moment. And now let's go here, get a couple of these, and I think I'm going to go to one thing now. So now we're going to do it like this, because I only want 2 squares as opposed to 4 like we were doing there. And then we're just going to drop these right here. Okay, so now we're going to start building our tavern here. Yeah, this is definitely, I'm definitely going to need more over there. Do I have that one already selected? Yeah, I do. So let's just go ahead and drop that now. Don't think I'm going to, actually, I know I'm not going to be coming out this far, but whatever. We'll just work with that for now. Tavern. Okay. I want to, no, we'll just build the tavern on the ground. I was thinking about raising the tavern off the ground like that, but I don't want to do that. So let's just go ahead and build it right on the ground. Let's start with a corner piece. That way we can kind of work from the edge. And let's do window piece. Yeah, let's do 2 window pieces there. We're going to do a wall piece first. And then we're going to do, oh, I already had it right, a window piece. Then we're going to have a door there, but it's going to be a double door, so we'll do this. Let's go ahead and put what we need for that double door really quick. Before we forget, let's going to do this door. Boom, there's our door. And the two pieces of windows. Let's go one more, and then we'll start wrapping around. So tavern. Let's do one more. Actually, no, sorry. I said one more and then wrap. I don't know why I did that. Boom. Okay. So now it's going to be a little bit different because I want to use some of these pieces in this corner. This is going to be like where you would go and buy a drink and get food that's being cooked and everything, etc. So now I'm going to be using some of these pieces, some of the kind of like pre-furnished pieces. So we're going to do that. What is this? The same thing. This here. No, I don't want to do this in the back. I'm going to do something else in the back. All right, so let's just do a window then a corner, but we're going to use the decorated corner. And now this is going to be there. Let's just do one more decorative piece like that. Boom. Fill this in. Oh, I went one too few. Okay, now I think I'm just going to do it regular like this for now. And corner piece. And flat piece. Boom, there is the general layout for our tavern. Before we go up anymore, let's do some of the decorating in here that might dictate how we go up. You'll see what I mean once we get into the decorating a little bit more. Okay, so I want to build like a barkeep where you would actually go and pay for your drinks and your food or whatever. Unfortunately, there isn't an exact like bar, but I found something that kind of worked, and I just forget where it's at. Containers? No, not containers. I think it was in furniture, I think. Crafting, fences. Yeah, it's going to be in furniture. So I use this. It's not ideal, but it works. Let's see what else there is. We could do this. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong button. We could do this. That works. I like the way this one works, but it's actually slightly too high, I feel. Doesn't mean we can't do it, though. Let's see what it looks like if we do a couple pieces like this. I guess that kind of works, actually. So if we do this, what if we do it like this, and then sink that into here? How does that look? That actually doesn't look bad. But it also clearly looks like a library bookshelf type thing. So no, actually I don't want to do that because there's the books on there. It just looks kind of odd. Here's a bench. This I like the way this one works as well, but there's a weird like little gap between. So if to show you what I mean, if I go ahead and drop this one here and then drop this one here, it's got this weird like little space in between. It's not the worst thing ever, but it does just look a little odd. What is this? Oh, painting. What else do we got? Stuff that's knocked over. Yeah, I think we're going to just go ahead and do that piece. And I can always change this later too. You can actually change this while you are in the game. So while people are actually playing, you can actually go ahead and change all this later. Let's do it right here. And actually, out of curiosity, if I do it coming out, how far does it come out? It comes out pretty far, so we'll do something different over there. Let's go ahead and do this as like the end piece that kind of like signifies like, hey, maybe you shouldn't actually be coming back here. And then we'll go ahead and do this right there. Boom. Okay, before we forget, let's go ahead and put a person. Let's show you like some of the people. There are tons of people. And we even have people that look like bartenders. Tell me that doesn't look like a bartender. Somebody that would work at an inn. This guy looks like the kind of person that would be at an inn, but not necessarily work there. But if we go over to like half orcs, half demon, halfling, humanoid, like there's tons of different people in here, a ton of different minis. They have actually developers have mentioned too that they would like to make it where people can actually import their own mini files, so like from Hero Forge or something. That's down the road, but eventually they have said that that's something that they are open to. All right, so now let's go ahead and decorate the inside of this tavern a little bit. Let's do, and I'll show you why I want to decorate the inside before I do anything more with the tavern. So let's go ahead and do a table here. Let's do a double table there. Let's go ahead and do another double table right here. Let's do single table, single table. Let's do double table. Okay, I'm just gonna do that for now. Probably gonna add more, but we'll do that later. And go ahead and put some of these in here. Go ahead and put some over here. Do it at a different angle. That way it looks like maybe like somebody knocked it out or something. There we go. And do another one over here. I'm going to come back and do much more of this later. I don't want to bore people with doing like every tiny little intimate detail for the map. I don't think that would be very fun or interesting to watch. But I'm going to just give you a general idea of my plan. And you see how you can actually like slide them under the table? Like the physics in this game as far as like placement, it's actually very clever. And when you move around the mini tokens too, like they actually react with like gravity and physics to them. It's just nice. Okay, so this is what I mean by what I want to, how I want to do the layout is going to dictate how I build the rest of the building. So let's go back to here. Now, I have a couple things I want to try, and I'm going to have to delete some of this, but I'm not sure what yet. So I want to do some stairs. Okay, that works. This is going to have to go because we're going to block that window. So let's do that. Now let's do this. Yes, let's go ahead and do this one over into that. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we're going to get rid of both of those. We're going to do these individual ones because I want to do something a little different than what I had originally planned when I placed that wall there. And then where's the double short one? Actually, wait, we'll do this. There we go. That works. And then we'll drop another window. Yeah, we'll drop this window right there because I still want to have two windows on this wall, but we just had to do it in a slightly different way. And now we're going to go down. So let's go ahead and go down. And you don't see it from over here either. So let's go ahead and go down. Did I go too far? See, now I can't see, but if we bring this view down like that, now it makes it so we can see everything a little bit different. Let's go ahead and bring the grid back. I want to be able to click things to and off this grid. Although, oh, I have the grid turned off. There we go. I was going to say, why can I not see the grid? I had it turned off by accident. I think there's where the stairs will meet the ground. No, I got to go lower. Is that too low? Nope, that works perfect. Okay, now I think the next one should probably be matched up. Nope, I gotta go a little lower. So let's go ahead and bring this view down a little bit more. And let's go ahead and get rid of this one as well. How's that? That works perfect. So gonna get rid of this, get rid of these. Now, there's two ways that I could do this. I can end it here, and then if they choose to go downstairs, I can load a different map. So I could instantly just go, boom, here's the map from when we go down into the next floor. Or, which I might be able to actually do, is just build another floor down here. And I think I might actually be able to do that. Build like the basement essentially. So if I go any lower than that, we are hitting water. So that's about as low as I can go. So I want to see something. Let's go ahead and get rid of these as well. Bring it up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so if I put, let's do dungeon. Even though it's not going to be a dungeon, these still might have the right look to them, the right style. Castle ruins, cavern, cobblestone. No, yeah, dungeon. Where is one that's not like evil? I don't want like chains hanging and everything. I want just, there we go. Okay, so is that coming up into, it is slightly. Okay, so we have two things we can do. We can go down one more and let the water just seep into the ground, or we can make another map that where if they were to come down here, we would say, okay, this is now the map that you are on. Actually, I can lower the water ever so slightly. If I will lower the water just a tiny bit, right there. I think that should be fine. Yeah, now we don't see water. Okay, so we could do that. It doesn't really affect the water that much here. It still looks like water. Although it doesn't look like a whole lot of water, honestly. So I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to bring this up to there. Yeah, so what I'm going to do then is I'm not going to build a room down here. I'm going to build another map, essentially. And I will do that later. Don't need to do that right now, but that's how I'm going to do it. Just showing you that there are different ways that you can go about doing things. It's really just kind of up to the creativity of the person playing the game. So instead of leaving it, what we're going to do is we're going to block it off and we're going to build a door that if those people were to open the door, I would then just open up the next map. Okay, let's do more there. Ah, wrong button. Let's lower this a little bit, make it a little bit easier for what I'm trying to do right here. I was doing that the wrong way. And it makes sense that this would be like stone like that too, as opposed to sand. Okay, so let's do door. What does this door look like? Oh, that's a big door. No. Let's do no. Yeah, we'll just do this one, just a basic door. So where do I need to put it? Does that work? I think that actually might work. That actually works fine. But I need to cover this as well. That way they can't see anything. So how about we do it like this? Almost. Oh, one too much. There we go. Let's bring this right there. And we're going to put this right here, 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 here. And then we'll go ahead and do these ones. Here, here, here. Clearly this is not how it would actually be in the world. But for the sake of how we're doing it, I don't want them to be able to see anything down there. I want them just to know that there is somewhere that they can go. There's one piece I need, dungeon. I just need one of these. So we're going to put that right there and right here. Actually, no, let's do the wood piece. Okay, so now we're going to go back to tavern. We're going to do another wood piece right there. Boom. So that goes somewhere. You don't know where it goes, but you know it goes somewhere. All right, so now let's bring this back up. So that's why I wanted to like be able to see what I am doing as far as like the rest of the build for this tavern. Okay, so let's go to the second story now. So let's just raise this way up. Let's start the second story. So start with the corner piece. I think it's actually wise to start with corner pieces on this game when you're building buildings. Let's bring this back up, and we're going to put this right up to the edge. It's easier to place pieces for a second story when you use the grid like that. Let's do this. Get another pieces of stair. Go out like that. Boom. Weird, got kind of like little like bump right there, but oh well, it works. That's definitely not like clean looking, but it works. Okay, so now we need to do more walls again. Let's go ahead and let's do this wall. Oh, I did that at the wrong level. Do it there. Let's do one more. I think that should be enough room for minis to move. Yep, that should work. All right, let's do another corner piece this way. And let's actually get rid of that. And we're going to do these and a window. Windows actually have a lot of cool, useful things too, because when you place lights inside a building, you actually will see the light coming out through the window and vice versa. So there's actually some cool reasons to have windows like that. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to do something slightly different. I want to do this, this, and then that. I want to have this totally just open right there. We're gonna have like a little small like area that's open that people patrons of this place could actually look down. Not much, but have a little bit. Okay, let's do one more window here, and now let's do some blank ones, blank ones. But now we have this fireplace again, and I would like logically the fireplace would not just end there. It would continue either through a chimney or another fireplace. So let's just go ahead and do another fireplace. Window, corner piece. I try to have at least one window on every wall, sometimes more. Okay, sometimes it works if you place windows first, then you can kind of tell where you're going to want to do the rest. So do this, this, this. Let's do another window here because I might do two different rooms, and then that. Okay, now we have the general layout for the second floor started. Let's go ahead and put some actual floor though. This is going to go that way. Let's do one more. I don't want those. I want this open, so let's do this. This way, window piece, and wall piece. There we go, because I want this to be open. Unfortunately, you can't really do this the way I'm building it, at least, without having that little piece right there. If you want, you could just drop this on top of there, but then that kind of creates some height issues. I find it's easier just to do that. And you still have this like little chunk hanging out, but it's not the worst thing. And there are other ways that if you really want to get specific, you can use things like this to fill that gap right there, but then it's going to be in the wall. There's ways around it if you really want to like spend the time and really dig into it. But for the sake of this video, that's not really what I'm doing. Okay, bring that grid back. Okay, so the campaign that we're going to be doing is going to be having at least 4 people. So I need to be able to have at least 4 beds in taverns. If I can do more, great. But so we could do 1 room with many beds, or we could do 2 rooms. Let's try 2 rooms first and see how that works. So okay, so let's do this wall from here. Do a wall from there, coming out to there. Might actually do one more individual. Yeah, let's do one more individual like this. So there is a little bit of an out. Actually, let's do this as well. And I'll get some balcony pieces later. We'll do that later. Actually, we might just do just a walkway. Yeah, let's just do that. All right, so now we're gonna do another wall coming out to here. Oh, I did that on the wrong side. Why is it not clicking and dragging for me? There we go. Okay, so let's get a bed. That way we can kind of like figure out how big this needs to be. So it's going to be furniture. Where's beds? Let's do one of these beds and one of these beds. Okay, so if we do a bed in the corner, do another bed in the corner, do a little bit more space, do it there, another one of these. So we do it like this actually. They have a decent amount of space and we can fit, I think 5 beds easily. 2 over here. All right, so now let's do, let's get rid of this actually, and let's use a corner piece. So we're gonna go back up here, we're gonna do corner piece, and then we're going to place that there. I don't know if I need the hallway to be so big. I don't think I do actually, so let's go ahead and let's do something slightly different. I'm just thinking about it, like the hallway doesn't need to be that wide, not for the second floor of an inn. You're really just using that inn for, okay, we can't do that, so we're gonna do it like this. You're really just using the second floor of the inn just for sleeping for the most part. And we don't need windows up here either. So now we're going to do, where's the long wall? Here's the long wall. We're going to do, no, let's do it like this. And we'll put the door there. Is that in the window? It's at the edge of the window. That works. It's not ideal, but it works. Okay, so now we need beds over here. We can actually probably, if we did this a different layout, actually, we could fit more beds, which I would like to do because I would like to have more beds than what we need for a couple reasons. A, it looks more real and genuine to an actual inn. And B, if we end up getting more than 4 players for the campaign, it makes sense having beds already for these people. Right there. I can actually even do 6 beds per room if I want to. I don't want to crowd it too much though. So we could put a bed right by the fire. If somebody really wants to, if they want to be toasty at night, they can sleep right next to the fire and be toasty. Okay, so let's go ahead and do. I think we're gonna leave it just like that for now. Let's get some doors. Doors to doors. Door here, and let's do it the other direction. Door there. Oh, wrong thing. That's not a game issue. That was just me doing the wrong way. This is going in. Yep. Oh, no, bring it back. This is going in. This is going in. Okay, cool. So we have doors that are going in. Let's go ahead and let's do the rail first before I forget that. And this is far from finished, but I'm trying to give you a general idea of how to get started and building your world. Where would rails be? Probably over here somewhere. Fences, maybe. So we could do rope rails. We could do this like kind of like barn style fence, which I don't think is probably the greatest idea. Um, let's bring this grid one up more. That way we can just place things just down like this a little bit easier. So we could do this. There is another rail somewhere though, and I forget where it is at. Oh wait, I think it's in here. Rural. So we could do this. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's bring this down to there. Is that right? Yeah. Nah, that looks weird. So let's get rid of that. I might just change it later, but for now, I think actually that one was a good idea. Where was that? It's in fences, right? Yeah, fences. I'll probably change this later, but for now, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's bring this grid one up. That way we can just place it on top of the grid. If you notice the way it snaps to blocks, that's why I like the grid. Because the grid, if you place it on top, it doesn't snap to blocks like this. Little weird looking, but you could go ahead and just say that's a fashion style, I guess. Or not a fashion style, but a decorative style. Where is even? That's even enough. Okay, let's go ahead and sync it into it. As you can see, when I do things like this, I can get kind of particular about how I place things, and to me, this is considered going quickly. Actually, wait, no. See, that creates another issue. So how about we do it like this? So that's from one, so edge to edge. So that would be about right here, I think. So then this one, no, a little bit more. Trying to figure out what this pattern is to recreate this. So 2 blocks, both they're about a little over a block apart from each other. So if I put this right here, I should be able to, yep, boom, boom, and now, boom. See, that worked out perfectly. So now we have this rail. Actually, let's do one more right over here. Let's do it like this. And I will address in a later episode the stairs not having a rail. I'll do that later. All right, let's just do a little bit more decorating to this place, though. Because right now, it's getting... Actually, let's do the roof first. It's getting there, but it's just not quite done. It just doesn't quite have that thing yet that it needs to be done. Okay, so let's bring the grid up to the roof level of this. Boom, there we go. Let's do corner pieces. Like I've said, I've learned it tends to work if you do corner pieces first and then do everything else. It tends to work just a little bit smoother. Um, but that's just my opinion. You can obviously go ahead and do it however you feel like. Now let's do a chimney. Unfortunately, with a chimney, with building pieces, you have to go to the grid. If I put it there, it doesn't do it where I put it. It puts it according to the grid. So for the chimney, I just do a double chimney like that. And let's go ahead and just stack this on top of that, but we're going to do different ones. That way it looks a little bit more real and natural. It's not like a carbon copy of each other. Okay, so now let's go ahead and fill in the rest. So boom, 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 boom. Let's fill in this little thing right here. Can we do this without raising the grid? Yep, boom, there we go. Boom, all right, cool. Now let's get this thing again. And do this. And do this. And do this. Okay, so I can make it flat, or I can continue bringing it up to a peak. Let's go up a little bit more. Oh, one more. Boom, there we go. Corner piece. Corner piece. Corner piece. Corner piece. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that. I was thinking about maybe making it not even, like having one side lower than the other, but I'm not quite sure off the top of my head how to make that look clean. I might come back and do it later, but I can't think of a clean way of doing it at the moment, so not worth it. So we could go up one more, or we can make it flat here. You know what? Let's just go up one more. Let's just make it a really high roof. Better for a rain runoff. And considering this is kind of like a Caribbean set style setting, in this world there would be a lot of rain. So yeah, it makes sense just to do it like this. And now, oh, wait, what happened? For some reason the level, oh, there we go. The level got set off. There are bugs in this game. The developers are very, very, very abundantly clear on stating the game is in early access and is not done. There are bugs. Luckily, I haven't found anything really serious or severe yet, but sometimes I notice like, okay, yeah, this kind of glitches out a little bit, but they're relatively quick and easy to go ahead and just like fix and address pretty easily. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do a sign. Actually, no, let's do this one. This one looks a little bit more professional, and this is like the nice inn of the world. We'll bring it out to here for now. Or not the world, but the island, I guess I should say. So let's do this one. Should I actually raise those signs? Yeah. I mean, not the signs, sorry, the torches. For now, let's just put that torch there. Let's put this here. It would be cool if you could write like what is on the sign. You can't, but you know, never know. Maybe like in a future update, they might do something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this. Let's do them right above the windows then. Okay. Miscellaneous exteriors. Something else we could do, like this little dude maybe. Yeah, like a little decoration. Okay, now let's do some stairs to get into this place. Might be easier if we do this. And you notice the way I use like levels of places to move things. Okay, so now we have this tavern started. But if you notice, if we go inside the tavern, let's go so we can see it, it is dark. We have no lighting at all, anywhere. Let's give it some lights. Now, there's actually, I shouldn't say there's no lighting, because there does get light from fire pits. Let's go down another level. Oh, I'm using the wrong thing. Ah, grabbing the wrong things. Now, there is some light from here, but it's still pretty dark. So let's go ahead and just like liven it up a little bit. Not a fire pit, though. No, not that either. I might just do these ones again. Candle. That's like the tallest candle ever. Let's go ahead and put this here in this corner. And you notice how much light actually does. Light sources, I should say, actually do quite a lot of lighting in this game. They actually do their job very well. And I think I'm going to leave this open because I think I want to do some other decorations later there. So I think I'm going to leave it just open for now. Um, so let's go ahead and do these lights more. So let's put this here and here. Let's do some over here now. So here and here. Actually, no, let's do it right by the door, actually. And then we'll move these to, yeah, let's put it right here. Okay, now you notice it's quite a bit brighter here. Let's go up another floor. Let's do a light. Let's do a light over here. Light over here. Light over here. Oh, I went too high. So if you notice how it disappeared when I dropped it, that is because technically the level where we have it set, this is above that level. The bottom of the floor isn't, but that was. That's why that the lights disappear when I did that. So let's just bring it just to there. There we go. Bring the light back. Let's go ahead and put this right here. I might actually do a second one coming out, but we'll do that later if we do. Put another light down at the end of the hallway. This one actually doesn't need that much light because we have the fire pit, but still, let's just do a little bit. Now you can put these ones that don't have any fire on them, but unfortunately there's no way of like selecting fire without deleting it and then dropping another one. So I think it's just better just to go ahead and leave them lit. Yeah, they don't need to be lit during daytime, but whatever. Okay, boom. That building is now done. Let's do some more decorating outside before we end this, before we wrap this up for today. Let's do something right here. I know what I want to do. This, let's go over to here. And then we're going to go this way. Let's get rid of some of these. And this is why I was saying, like, I know I'll probably going to delete a lot of these things later because once you get like the general idea for what you want to do, that's when you really start like really fine tweaking where all the different pieces are and everything. But when you're starting, you kind of just need to just like throw them out there just to help you kind of craft your idea. Okay, let's go here. Here. Is that going to be big enough? No, let's go a little bit more. Okay, so let's go to here and here. Okay, that looks okay. Now let's do this and this. I need some more level pieces because I need to come out this way a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get copy slab. Copy. There we go. Boom. This way we can raise the level a little bit more. And this is also a good example of how I mean, like, it doesn't always matter the layout of the stones or the sand or whatever you want to call it, because a lot of it ends up getting covered up. But the reason I do that weird kind of pattern is because when it's not covered up, I don't want it to look the same in every single spot. I want there to be variance to it. Okay, so I think that might be big enough for what I want to do. So now let's go find miscellaneous exterior. We want like a water fountain kind of in the center, like kind of like what would be like the town center. Let's do it over here actually. Unfortunately, these don't click together, so you do kind of have to place it where you think is the most accurate. The items here operate differently than the buildings. So buildings you can only rotate forward. Let's grab a different one to show you a better example. Buildings you can only rotate in 4 directions. Items, on the other hand, you can rotate in, I don't know, 8, 16, whatever it is. You can rotate them in many more directions than you can building pieces. And then also the way they snap to the grid and everything is just a little different. Let's go ahead. I think right there should be good. And then let's bring it in just a little bit. You have to kind of like bleed pieces into each other just a little bit. Okay, that doesn't look bad. It's not perfect, but that doesn't look bad. So here's going to be like the town square, the town center, if you would. Okay, I'm probably going to delete this later, but to show you an idea of what I mean by like blending this to make it look a little bit more natural, a little bit better, let's go get some rocks. Get a couple different ones. Not this one, that's too big, that's too big, that's too small. That might work, so let's just go ahead and put this over here for now. And that works, and this works. Oh, okay. So what I mean by blending it, you don't need to do this. I've seen some really cool maps that people have made where you don't need to do this, but if you want to, you can. If you just go over it, it just goes like this. But if you hold the Shift key, it will actually let you go through items, and then you can kind of blend a little bit. And then let's rotate it that way. It's not like just it looks like a copy of what was already put there. So there we go. Now let's go ahead and use this one really quick. Give a little bit of variance to it. Let's bring it down one. Boom. Okay, now let's go ahead and grab this one. Let's bring this down as well. Where does it line up? There we go. Bring it down just a tiny bit more. Bring it down, rotate it, because you don't want it to look like it's an exact copy of the one right next to it, because then it just looks weird. Okay, boom. Now let's get this rock again. Let's rotate this. I personally think this looks much better than just having that kind of edge where it was just like this right here. That to me looks much better. Okay, I think I want to build one more building before we wrap up for now. Actually, let's do something else. Let's just place a couple people. That way you can get an idea of what it starts looking like once we have this world populated. All right, so let's get some like fishers, some fishermen. Got a farmer here. I know we're going to use him eventually somewhere, so we'll just drop him for now. Okay, there is a fisherman somewhere, right? Or is it maybe gnome? I feel like there was somebody that I came across that was holding fish. Dwarf. Wait, what about this guy? What's he holding? He's holding like a hare, a rabbit, or something. That kind of works though because he's selling food, so that works. Okay. Now let's do halfling. Anybody halfling that doesn't look. I'm trying to find people that are like people you would find on a dock, not mercenaries, not mages, not anything like that. People that you would find on a dock. Bard is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put the bard inside here. Just drop him right there for now. Bring this down so we can see in. Too much. Okay. Oh, wait, what happened? I think that was a little glitch right there. Oh well, whatever. Why is it not letting me go in? That's really weird. I do not know what's happening, but it is kind of freaking out just a little bit. Like I said, the game is not finished yet. It is not a finished product. It is still kind of in early access. So things sometimes act up a little bit. Where was that bard? Here we go. Okay, let's put the bard over by the fire. Let's do you over here. And let's do this guy. It's going to be over here. All right, so now we got some people around. It's starting to feel a little bit more of a lived-in place. I wanted to know the building here, though. This is obviously going to be a really small building. So what do we want to do over here? We got a castle. So what does the outside of the castle look like? Okay, I have an idea with this that I kind of like. So if we hug this up to this edge right here, might have to move that palm tree because the roof is going to be going into that palm tree. Okay, so we have that. Now let's do this, this, this. Should that look different? Yeah, I like this better. I actually haven't used any of the castle pieces yet, so I'm not familiar perfectly with how each individual one looks yet. Getting there. Just not yet. Okay, now we're gonna have a door here, but I think I'm gonna have a big door. I think I'm gonna have a double door. I'm just kind of thinking like this little place over here is gonna be like a a checkpoint for people that come into the island. I don't know how to word that correctly, but like an office, if you will. There's a different corner piece in those. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do it anyways. I might pull these out and actually let's just do that. Let's just pull those out, and we're gonna do that same corner piece on all of them because I want the corner pieces to match. So we're gonna pull this out. I don't remember which one of these two I selected. So let's just do this one corner piece, uh, corner piece, corner piece, and corner piece. My thought for this is it's just gonna be like a little place that like sheriffs would have to like kind of keep eye over the dock. This isn't what I would call like the sheriff station. I don't even think sheriff is the right term for this kind of setting, but you get my point. This isn't going to be the sheriff's station, but it's going to be like a place that they use close to the docks so they can keep an eye on the docks and maybe people doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing or whatever they need. Let's do another window. Let's do the window here. Yeah. Does that window? Yeah, that window can look out into this area. That makes sense. Okay. They would actually put a window there, I guess. Let's do this piece because it has that the sword and shield on it. And now let's go ahead and fill the rest of this. Actually, wait, no, let's do this one. Let's do this one right there. Wrong thing. Do this one right there. And now we'll go ahead and fill out the rest of it. If I could do this correctly. There we go. Now, I wanted to do a double door on this. Where is that double door? There's like a nice kind of like military double door. Military is probably not the right term, but like a heavy door, I guess. And we need a roof. Unfortunately, Castle doesn't have a roof. I don't know why not, but there are some other ones that have roofs that kind of match. And I just forget where they are at the moment. Dungeon has no roof. It's underground. I think this one, yeah, this one has a roof that works, so we might use that. We could also use this roof, but now I think we're gonna use the more goth roof. It's kind of dark and ominous, maybe a little bit more than I would like, but it still works. I should say a little bit more than I would like for this setting. Okay, let's bring this grid up. Where's the grid? Let's get it onto the edge of that wall. There we go. Right there. Boom. Okay. And see what I mean? It looks like a really dark gothic church, but it works. The developers have also said that they are going to be adding more assets into it, and between when this actually like when people were actually first able to do this in the closed early access and now they've already added significantly more. So I thoroughly believe that they are going to be adding more assets. They just have to get around to it first. Actually, let's try something a little different. Instead of just ending it right there, what if we do something like this and this, and then we do stairs coming up to a second floor that could then exit out that way, maybe? I don't know if that's going to look good or not, but let's just try it and see what we can possibly come up with. Um, which one do we need? No. Yeah, I think this one. Now let's maybe like a balcony coming out too. Actually, I'm just thinking about some cool ideas that we might be able to do with this. I don't know if they might be kind of too over the top, but we'll see. Okay, where would stairs come from? Yeah, I guess right here. There's not really too much options. And because this is so small, that's kind of why I don't know if I can actually do what I want. But we could delete this thing and bring it out one more if we need to, which we might need to. And, oh wait, that's one too many. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay. And I think you'll see what I mean by we might need to in a moment once I do this really quick. Because the stairs, I don't think we have enough room to do the stairs. Let's just do it like this. There we go. Come on, get in that corner. Get in your corner. Let's just do another one of these. We'll do 2 of those. That's the kind of thing that it looks like it's okay having 2 of those there. Now do it like this. Let's do another window piece right here. Ah! Boom, there we go. Okay, something looks off though, like the level of the crack in the walls, but whatever. Okay, so now we want to have this kind of coming up to a second floor. Where's a block? What is this? No, that's not what I thought. This works. There we go. Okay. Ooh, these kind of come out. I don't like that. That one, I guess we're going to have just one. Okay, so now we are at the second floor. So let's do another corner piece for the castle. That's right. Let's get rid of this then. I'm doing the wrong stairs. I mean, you can really use whatever ones you want. But, oh, castle actually doesn't have stairs. Castle Ruins does, which is very odd. Okay, what kind of stairs do we like then? Actually, you know what? I like the stairs that are in here. Let's use tavern stairs. I feel like tavern stairs, no, actually, no, they're too beat, actually, now I'm looking at it. So yeah, we're going to use these stairs. What I already had. It's a fitting color, too. Okay, now let's go back to castle. Let's get a corner piece. And now we can go ahead and use a different corner piece if we want. I don't see an issue with that on this. Corner piece. Okay. Now let's do a window, I think. Yeah, that works. Let's do another window over here. And I might delete this too. I want to see what it looks like before I say yes or no. But we'll see. Okay, now we need more pieces of ground. Let's go ahead and do this one again. And again. And these. Oh, those are oddly, like, off. There we go. That's weird. Okay. We can do stairs coming out down this way that would connect back to there, or we could just do a wall. I'm leaving that open until I figure out. I don't think I'm going to do a patio or porch coming out here, so let's just go ahead and block this off now. The rest of this ceiling. That is in Morgoth. Where are they? There they are. Or actually, no, that's it. I was going to say, is there a shorter one of this thing? But there's not really a shorter one. No, I don't like that. I'm looking at it, I'm just not liking how it looks. So yeah, we're just going to delete this. I'm just not liking how it looks. Ah! But I do think it was probably a good idea bringing that out just a little bit more. It's just the colors of the roof are just too drastically different to have a complex building. If the building was a little bit simpler, which is what we're going to end up doing, then these colors of the roof are fine. But having a little bit more complex shape of the building, I think the colors are just too drastically different. So we're just going to do it like this. It is slightly bigger now than it was, but not much. And go back to this, 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 this. I do wish there was a little bit more roof options, but it's not the worst thing. Now let's go ahead and do, where's a flat? Here we go. Oh, I need to go a little bit higher. And a flat. That looks better, but it needs some light to it because that's just dark. Light, sorry, I'm in the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and do this light again. This is actually my favorite light, I think. I just like the way it looks. Put it here, put it here. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to get things to like clip onto what you want them to. Like, see if you notice it's floating a little bit. It's not the worst thing, but it is floating a little bit. Sometimes clipping works great. Other times clipping is a little temperamental, but it's just one of the things that you kind of learn to like make it work. Okay, let's do some sort of sign out front here. Actually, let's do this really quick. I like this. So this is going to go this way, kind of telling people some different places that they can go. Let's do one more of them, but now we're going to be going the other direction as well. Does that look okay? Yeah, that looks fine. Now let's do some sort of sign out front here. Let's get rid of this. I think it looks better now if we just have like cobblestone, which is going to be cobblestone right here. How do we want to do this? Let's do it this way. No, let's bring it out. I want it touching. And then we'll just do these right here. And bring this out to here. Bring this to here. Okay, sign. I said that multiple times, and both times, or every time, however many times it was, I never did it. Put this sign right out. Let's bring it down just a little bit. Bring it right out here. Boom. So you see how the world is slowly coming together. This is basically Talespire. And then once I have built this map, I could do it right now. There's not much in the map, but I could do it right now. I can invite the players in the group into here. They have their own individual mini that they can then control that mini. So this is my mini, and I can tell it where I want to go, or you can use WASD. And then there's also a lot of really cool things, like if you want to do area effects, you can do it like this, and you can kind of do your area effect like that. You can do a lot of measuring. You can do a lot of different things in here. So if I want to do measure, cool, that's how many tiles it is. Or if I want to do a cone attack, cool, this is the cone attack. You can kind of change the angle and everything. It's really cool. I love this game, even though it's not a game. I don't know what else to call it. For now, I'm calling it a game. But I'm going to come back to this map later. I'm going to work on this map more at another time. I think this episode is going to be much longer than what I had intended it to be. I don't know how much I'm going to do of this on YouTube, but I figured I'd show some people some other stuff that I'm working on, and then eventually maybe I might actually stream the D&D campaign that we're going to be playing in this. I don't need to have all the maps done to start the campaign. Actually I have the maps done already that I need to start the campaign, but I want to get a little bit ahead of that, which is why I'm already working on this one. With that being said, if you're enjoying this, please come back, drop a subscription and a like to my YouTube channel. Yes, it's a subscription. Most people say sub. I said subscription. But yeah, come on back. I will catch you next time, and peace.